Hey, Decathlon gamer, welcome back to FM21 Zero to Hero, episode 32. It's only the second match of the season after the disaster that was the start to our season. I figured we have got to be a little more engaged with the team to try to get them off and rolling. Standing back is not working at the moment. So, first home match of the year up against Hartlepool, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do this time around. Early start suggests that we are looking quite good. We've already got some XG going in the first 10 minutes, already a couple shot attempts. Hartlepool has gotten off their first one, so we'll see. We'll see how we're looking as we go forward. Barretto's still around, so the only change to the lineup is that Williams is back to the bench. We want to keep him as much as possible. And Simpson back into the lineup after serving out his suspension. Makes a nice play there to stop the potential counterattack. And here we are in a good state. Fenton, nice turnover on that one. And creating a chance. We get the ball into Field Skellnes, but he's got two defenders right on him. Can't find enough space. He's having a lot of difficulty. Ando struggling. He's not finding his fitness here early on in the season. He was tired in the last match, which made him tired today. It's only been a few days in game since that last one, so having a little difficulty. And Fenton gets the opener. Jewel with the assist. Keeper gets a hand to it, but he can't keep it out. He pushes it up into the roof. Barretto, Jewel, nice little cross, and Fenton just won that thing. Gregory should have done much better. He was totally off balance. He's just like waving at it frantically. It might have even skimmed off the top of his head potentially. Here's Hartley in a little bit of space. He beats his man, but he lays it off for Barretto. There's Prosser, there's Fenton. I'm liking having the other center mid a little higher up on the offensive end. That might help us create some more goals this year. See if it does. Didn't want to blow up the entire tactic, though the familiarity is a little low. That ball was well wide, but Odell pushes it out of bounds anyway, so he took no chances there. Foul, not offside, I believe. Hartley beats his man, gets a little space, gets Jewel on the overlap, but again, he keeps cutting back to the midfield. There's goal! Whoa! Callum Gold! What a goal from him. That might be his first for us. He's only been in that starting role for half a season now, and entering his first full year as that left back after we moved Elliott into center back. And yeah, Gold, edge of the box, really a corner of the box there. Like a inside wing back on that one. Really nice strike. Good power, lower corner, far post. Impressed with what he did on that one. And Gold keeps it in. Could he make something else for us? Prosser, Field Skellnes. Man, I was looking forward to finally getting somebody else rolling in that position, in that striker position. And we kind of need it. We're just with the health concerns. Ooh, Hartley. He's a left footer too, I believe he is a lefty. That was really poorly done. All right, Simpson, long ball ahead. Gives it away. I mean, that was nowhere near Field Skellnes. He tries again on that header. Hartley. Now here's Field Skellnes running into some space. Nice cross in. Finds Prosser. Hartley. Actually, that was better. That was a little bit better. It's halftime. We're dominating. It's 2-0. Let's see if we can keep it up in the second half. I liked that one better. His angle was off. The way his body rotated. He tried to curl it back in. That's my shot right there. That's my specialty. That's what I do fairly well, and I know the difficulty involved in that. It's hard to get around on that enough to get it in, but I get a lot of my goals that way, and I'm a lefty as well, so I play center back primarily, but it's indoor, so I do get forward enough. And my game last night, even, I had that exact shot. I got it on target. Did not score it, though. Keeper was able to save that one. It was just underneath the crossbar, and unfortunately the goalkeeper was pretty tall, so he was able to get it. All right, well, okay, this is good. Pump fist. No. Let's go with outstretched arms. Second half. Okay, got to think about an Ando replacement before too long. Of course, my bench is absurd right now. Jewel plays that one out of bounds. Don't have many options, so we'll think 10, 15 minutes for Ando. That's already 5 of them. Still 12-4 on the shots. Nobody's had a shot in the second half, but here's a real chance for Hartley. Flash it across goal or something. That was, or at least blasted into the corner. A slow ball like that from that range with the keeper in that position just does not look good. Ooh, Odell, great save. First time he stepped up for us this season. There's a chance. Oh, poor defensive play. Disallowed offside. Ooh. Lucky, because that was close, I think. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, he's well offside. Okay. But still, apparently that's why we didn't bother defending that. I don't know. Okay, Ando now has a yellow card, so it's definitely time to get him out of there. Stuart Carter getting his debut with the senior team. Carter's not a bad player overall, but he's not particularly skilled. He's going to end up being relied on more and more here because as Barreto leaves us, I think Carter's going into the starting lineup. So not the guy I expected to become an instant feature in the senior squad this season based on what we were looking at a few weeks back. But it is the case now. Gold, nice clearance, but Phil Skelnis can't get on the end of that one. Jewel can't get to the end there. That looked like he went early. That definitely looked offside. It looked well offside, but apparently it was timed perfectly, or the ref missed it. And we can't retrieve that one either. 78 minutes. I think it's time to switch up the tactics here in a moment if we get out of this thing unscathed. And they take it out of bounds. Okay, good time for a tactical change. Go cautious. And let's start wasting some time. Let's just do a little bit for a hair longer. We'll just make those 2 changes, and then in a few minutes we will pull back a bit further. 16-6 on the shot, so we've only had 4 shots this half. All right, now we can go for the full. We're going to drop defensive. Let's go ahead and lower our lines. Let's go ahead and use that tighter marking. We're going to slow pace down. In possession, we'll work the ball into the box. And more time wasting. Got to be more disciplined. And let's finish this thing off, huh? Still have some hope for this season. And it's looking better after a performance like this. And that's it. That quickly skipped ahead. I thought that was just the next highlight. That was the final highlight. No additional shots there at the end either, so we covered that off well. All right, we go forward less than a week, and 2 things have happened. One, an insane comeback victory after being down 2-0. Ashley Hartley, after an hour, gets 4 goals in the span of 11 minutes. We win 4-2, so now we have 2 wins from 3 matches played. Phil Skelnis, it's minor, but he picks up another flippin' injury, so he's already got one to start the season. And Barreto is now gone. He's gone to Coventry. So there's the completion of the moves. Now, the worrying thing is suddenly out of nowhere, now that these guys are gone, the next players who are stepping up to be the big-time players. Elliott, big offer for him in the last 24 hours. Jewel, we're getting larger and larger offers for him. So the board is absolutely destroying us right now and destroying our chances. They have certain expectations, but they are literally selling off every single quality player we have. How are we supposed to meet their ambition when we literally can't sign players. We have that 100-year ban on signing players, and the board just keeps selling off literally all of our talent. Little confusing, that one, and it's getting harder and harder and harder. What it keeps doing to us. We've had a good start to the season, though, so we'll see what we can do. Again, for every step forward we take 2 steps back. Adam Elliott to a league rival, Havant and Waterlooville. $250K. They can offer $250K at this level. I mean, A, that part's insane. B, the fact that we would sell him to a division rival for such a small sum, also insane. The fact that we just sell him to a division rival, that the board is okay with that when they want us to gain promotion. And with how many players we've already sold this season. I mean, they've brought in $1 million and got rid of nearly half of our starting lineup. So I this time I actually tried to go in and tell the board F you, and they told me to get lost. And our other center back is gone only hours later. It's 9 o'clock. It's deadline day. And now for another $250,000, we have lost our 5th player. 5 players gone. And in this case, Simpson is going to be playing in the very same stadium that he plays in now, going to Fleetwood, which is, it's their stadium that we play in. This has long passed the absurd level and gotten absolutely just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I agree. Screw you, board. I cannot believe that they have done this to us. We can't bring players in. I mean, that's we've got a 100-year ban. I can't believe that the board thinks that this is acceptable. This is the only choice we have because we literally can't bring anybody in. We are 2nd in the league, and morale is plummeting. Oh my goodness. What has this world come to? Or at least this series. It's not midnight. Hopefully we can make it to midnight without any more losses. And finally, this... words cannot describe how I am feeling right now. 5 players. 5 gone. Lee Prosser is now our best outfield player. Lee Prosser, who a season ago was barely good enough to be on the bench, is now our best player, who also has the most potential. I already just brought up our first replacement in Felipe Pino, 74-125, but we just lost both of our center backs. I mean, I have a replacement for one. Welcome back to the starting lineup, Lee Williams. You really did not stay away for long, and he's okay, but he's only okay. I mean, what do I have to back him up with? Nothing. Tom Harrison is now going to be our center back, I think. I mean, I have no other choice. He's more of a center back than anything else. So, wow. Tom Harrison, who just came up from the U23s to be a slight upgrade at the very end of the bench, is now going to have to play. I mean, we're in second place, though. Damn it. 5 times. And that makes 8 times in 2 seasons. And that makes, how many in just a few? 12 players in the last 4 seasons. in a typical intake, I get 2 to 3 players who are good enough to play at that top level. We've lost more than that. 2 to 3 over 4 seasons means maybe 10. And yet here we are sitting on 12 gone in the last 4 seasons. 15 gone in the last 6 seasons. The board is destroying this team and 100% responsible for why we're here. To make matters worse, we were getting $350K for Sam Thomas, $450 for Bridges, $325 for Barbados. 6 years ago, we got $500,000 for McGregor and almost $400,000 for Hurst. And even for Lambert, who we didn't mind seeing go as much, $275. Kane Robinson's initial was $46,000. It's going to grow to about $250,000 eventually. Not necessarily. I would imagine with his potential, we'll get that money back. But they're accepting less and less money for the players right now. So the board is getting less stingy, hence losing 2 players more than we've ever lost in a season. I mean, we just lost 5 players. Our replacement level is 2 to 3. One of those replacements, the best player we just brought in on the most recent intake, is now at the senior level and out for 6 to 8 months. So that's actually 6 players that we have lost. This is beyond worrying. I mean, it's absolutely devastating. Grundy is now back in. I'm going to have to bring somebody else up. I mean, we have no more replacements. U23s. Schumacher doesn't count. McManus. I mean, I've got to bring McManus back up. Really? I mean, I just sent him down trying to get rid of him, and here we are stuck with McManus coming right back into the senior squad. So, yeah, this is the life now. I mean, this is what we're facing. Here's my glass half full, okay? I just lost the entire top end of what we had. Morale is good to really good to very good for the whole team. We are second in the league. Nobody's upset. Nobody's whining. Nobody's crying. We are nowhere near as good as we were. But I was talking about this a while last season, that I really feared that the morale was the biggest issue, because skill-wise we had it. Tactically, we were dominating teams. We've changed one thing in the tactics. This group now, if they can stay happy, I think they can actually still get quite a few results. There's no reason they shouldn't. Stuart Carter already jumped to an 82. So he'll develop a bit, but his potential is only on 102. He's not going to jump that much. Grundy could, but he's low determination, doesn't have the makeup. I mean, he's a 5, so he's barely getting anything in that department. So, all right, well, head down, buckle up, keep going. 12 points through 6 matches, 2 points per match. Tranmere's got a bit of an advantage. They have a huge advantage. I mean, they're financially, they are leaps and bounds beyond everybody else. Morecambe, same points as us, same goal differential, so we're just ahead of them right now. But can we stay up here? Can we stay near the top? We'll see. We'll see. We move forward just a couple weeks. We're now at 10 matches played, 6 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Still good enough to be in the mix. We're third overall in the league. We're hanging on fairly well. Phil Skelnis was out for a week and a half. Another injury, his second already of this season, to go with the billion he had a year ago. Our reserve goalkeeper down in the U18s, our third, we only have 3 left, our third goalkeeper. He is out for a couple months, so that's always a little worrying as we're lacking some real depth. And we have seen the signs of this edge this lower end causing us some problems. We had McManus, who is now back into this level. He got a straight red in our last match, so we ended up with a 0-0 draw out of that, so at least we didn't drop all the points. We haven't had any losses in this little stretch, so a couple draws, couple wins is 2 points per match, so we're staying right on track there, and that's going to ultimately make for a decent season. But McManus being in the side at all is detrimental to our chances, to our hopes, and we've already seen that. He single-handedly cost us a couple points. Pino came in for the very first time and pulled a 1-1 draw for us in a match in which we were losing 1-0, so good on him for that. So he's at least stepping up. But in terms of development, we're not going to see as much because some of the guys that are into the side now, Williams, Harrison, pretty much at their potential. Campbell having to be relied upon once again. Ando being relied on once again. These guys are already as developed as they're going to get. Fenton is almost there, almost to his limit. He might hit a 100. But right now, the only player we can expect to make rapid progress, Jules, nearing his potential. He's still got a little bit left to cover, but Prosser and Hartley. Gold has a ways to go, but he's going to slow down. Carter doesn't have a ton of potential, so he will develop some and fairly rapidly on that, but he's only going to add another 10 points or so. Grundy still has no determination, so Pino and might pick up the pace, and then of course Dunn's a big hope, but nothing for now. At least we're still getting some results. So kind of going back on the mentality piece, the morale has been the big factor these last couple of seasons. And even though we just lost a shit ton of players, and sorry that I've cussed twice in this episode, but are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, we've had such insanely terrible luck for almost 2 full years now. 2 full calendar years, and overlapping into bits of 3 seasons. But we're in the mix. We're 3rd place, so we'll see if we can hang on and have ourselves a good season finally. Let's move forward another, let's say 6 weeks and see how it goes. On Halloween, it's a mixed bag. We've won 2, lost 3 in our last 5. We've won 4 and lost 5 in our last 9, so not exactly a great stretch that we're in the midst of, and that lower quality within the team, right? We got to a strong 2nd place, still having some players left. Transfer deadline came along, and now over the last 2 months, the form is very much mid-table, and that's with morale being good. So definitely a little worried. I mean, we are getting some development out of these players. Lee Prosser, 105 now. Hartley and Jewell both on the cusp of 100. It's not all bad, right? It's definitely not all bad, and we're still in the promotion playoffs. But it's absolutely a bit worrying, and it's been these guys. Our latest loss was to Burton, who are on the same points as we are right now, and it was from a red card from Liam Campbell when we led 1-0, and we ended up losing 3-1. Not being able to handle the loss of the player being down to 10 men. So again, one of those bottom feeders who were not supposed to be in the side at all anymore cost us points single-handedly, all 3 this time as we were leading the match. So we've lost at least 5 points that way. So if you add 5 points to what we have right now, 34 would have us in a comfortable 3rd place. At 29, we're just 1 point above being mid-table and out of the playoffs entirely. And I have a feeling we're going to continue to drift a little bit further off the pace. We were 2nd. We're down to 4th. And we're only a point above 8th. So I have a feeling that Eastleigh, Gloucester, Solihull, Moors, that's going to be who we are competing with as the season goes on. Unless we can develop some guys, and I just don't see that happening. So many of these players are at or near their potential right now. So even though this season is going much better and the morale is absolutely everything, there is some concerns in the lack of ability now that weren't there previously. If we had those players with this morale combined, we could be leading this league, or at least right there with Lincoln and Morecambe. So, ouch. Really, the bad luck has continued. I mean, the injuries and 5 players being sold by the board, it's just so hard at this point for this team to go any higher than they are, even though ability-wise, I mean, even with this current squad, quite a few of these guys are at least in the appropriate level, and a handful, the upper half, should be a division above this. Now, I don't think any of these players are League One right now. That window is gone. We are now very much looking at a team that is in the right division, that is pretty good for the division, but not amazing, not necessarily the best one. So, yeah. All right, well, anyway, let's continue forward. We've still got a little time left. Let's push forward in another 6 weeks or so and see how we're looking. Hartley's hurt. Williams is hurt. So we dig deeper and deeper and deeper. We have a guy who hasn't been at the senior squad in about 3 seasons. Wes Beckford is back in the senior squad for this one, available on the bench. The one good news is our big hope that we were going to try to get in at the striker position for this season. He's getting close. He's almost ready. He's a couple weeks away now, and we're gonna be getting those guys back. So, I mean, it could be worse. Oh, sorry, not Williams. Who's the one who took over as partner? Anyway, whoever took over as Williams' partner is the one that's injured. The other center back, was it McManus? I think it was McManus. Whoever we had to stick in there as a stopgap. It's that bad that he's out. And Grundy's in. I mean, ouch. Grundy would be nice if he had any ambition. Not ambition to play at a higher level. Ambition as in determined to become the player that he could be. It's all us so far. We are here at home against Chester. This is a chance for a little revenge. The season opener was a loss. Chester's only like 20th place. This is one of those matches that should be comfortable, and at half, it's all us. They took one shot right before halftime and have a .01 XG. But actually, we haven't created terribly well either, which makes a lot of sense considering that Carter and Prosser and Campbell are all in, and then Fenton and Fjell-Skelnis are still being relied upon, and Ando. I mean, our entire upper end. This is not an ideal lineup at all. It's a lineup that's gotten the job done though for most of the season, and they're on the verge. They're on the verge, but we need 3 points today. We've only slipped 1 place. We're still in 5th at this point, so slowly we are dropping down, but only slowly. So I mean, it's not all bad. It's Christmas Eve, so it's the 23rd of December, but we're approaching the hour mark, and second half, we're not doing anything right now. I mean, this is bad. So we're going to take our chances on an injured Ashley Hartley coming back in to play the final 15 minutes of this one. We need him out there. He's actually been the heart of the offense this season. Right into stoppage. No highlights in the half at all. None. I mean, that was straight to stoppage time. We had no highlights. I don't remember a single highlight for the half. Was there one? I don't think there was one. I think we literally just breezed through the entire second half, and the only highlight was the final whistle one. And there was only 2 shot attempts the entire second half, both from us. Oh my goodness. We put everyone to sleep. Well, congratulations for... That's our problem. We aren't good enough anymore. With that, we drop another place. We're now in 6th. We're 2 points just above that mark, but it's still tight here. And actually, it's a little tighter at the top. Morecambe and Boston and Lincoln have struggled a little bit. So it's actually closer at the top and same distance here. So we seem to actually be outpacing the leaders at the moment. Silver lining. Yay! All right, well, 42 points through 25 is far better. I mean, what did we finish last season with? At the end of the season, we had 57 points. We're already just 15 away from that. So we'll get 15. I mean, that's 5 wins. We absolutely have 5 wins in us, and 5 wins, those 5 matches, that would be 30. It's a 46 match season. There's another 16 matches in there besides those 5 wins to find. So 5 wins in 21. Oh yeah, that's happening. So kudos to us for losing everything, seemingly. 5 players, long-term injury. So 6 key elements, 6 starters for the season gone. And we're going to outscore easily last season. That's good. We might even make the promotion playoffs. We might find a way to get promoted. I doubt it, but we might. It's something. It's something. So this was a good one. This is progress. This is a team headed in the right direction, per se. Losing half your starting lineup is not exactly heading in the right direction, is it? But the points part is. So, yes, silver lining. All right. Well, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.